Good evening and welcome to the Ghana TV9 News Bulletin for Friday, January 9th, 2026. I'm Adana Dorig. In the headlines tonight, murders up 11%, traffic fatalities jump 41% in 2025, police data shows. Region 9 on the rise, development projects empowering growth and resilience. Police step up prosecution of dangerous driving as courts hands down fines, bail and license suspensions. Azuddin Mohammed slapped with heavy traffic charges and 21-year-old young welder crushed to death by lorry on Baggetstown Road. Now for the news in depth. Ghana closed out 2025 facing a grim reality. More lives were lost to violence and road crashes than in the year before, marking a sharp reversal in public safety gains. Final statistics released by the Ghana Police Force (GPF) revealed a troubling rise in both murders and traffic-related deaths, underscoring a dual crisis that touched communities from city streets to rural highways. According to the GPF's verified year-end data, 130 murders were recorded in 2025, an 11% increase over the 117 killings reported in 2024. The rise signals a renewed escalation in lethal violence after a modest decline the previous year. Crime monitors attribute much of the increase to domestic-related homicides and shootings linked to criminal networks. The toll on the nation's roads were even more severe. Police documented 124 serious traffic accidents that claimed 137 lives during the year. In contrast, 2024 recorded 97 road fatalities, meaning traffic deaths jumped by roughly 41% year on year. The spike has renewed concern about reckless driving, speeding, and deteriorating road safety conditions nationwide. Together, the figures painted 2025 as a year marked by heightened danger both from interpersonal violence and from everyday travel, creating a compound public safety challenge across Guyana. The GPF emphasized that the statistics The GPF emphasized that the statistics were released only after a formal process of compilation, verification, and approval to ensure accuracy. While provisional trends were mentioned during the Christmas policing briefing in November 2025, officials noted that the year end had not been formally closed at that time, and all data required final reconciliation. Beyond the headline numbers, analysts and civil society groups point to deeper warning signs within the data. Increased firearms use during confrontations, persistent high speed and reckless driving, often on poorly lit roads, and shortcomings in emergency medical response that can turn survivable incidents into fatalities. With the numbers now confirmed, attention is shifting from counting the deaths to preventing further loss. Policymakers, law enforcement, and communities are being pressed to confront hard questions about enforcement, infrastructure, and social intervention as Ghana looks towards 2026. The Guyana Police Force says it remains committed to transparency and to providing reliable data to inform strategies aimed at reducing crime and improving road safety in the year ahead. Adana Dore, Guyana TV9 News. Region 9 continues to stand as a powerful example of resilience, leadership, and promise, strengthened by champions who have consistently advocated for its development. The region, richly blessed with committed leaders and communities, is now entering a new phase of transformation driven by servant-based leadership and sustained government investments. Colin Abrams has more.
At a landmark event in Aishalton marking the commissioning of the newly completed airstrip, national leaders publicly acknowledged the critical roles played by regional and national advocates in advancing development across Region 9. The completion of the Aishalton airstrip represents far more than an infrastructure milestone. For years, unreliable access due to weather or inadequate facilities disrupted medical evacuations, delivery of essential supplies, and economic activity. With the new airstrip now operational, those barriers have been removed. President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, addressing residents in the region, explained that flights were once routinely cancelled can now operate safely and consistently, ensuring timely access to healthcare, medicine, food supplies, and emergency services. The airstrip has also significantly reduced travel times between communities, strengthening connectivity across the South Rupinini and beyond.
The way in which this project was conceptualized and completed, one of the things that we want to do in communities like these is to build pride and ownership in everything we do. That is why we wanted the council and the people involvement in this project. So that we create ownership. We create pride in what they build. We create a level of responsibility in this investment. And I must say, from all that I've heard from Tushao, the people are very proud of this investment. They're very proud about their involvement, their participation, and the benefit it brought to families directly and the community.
Already, the success of this investment is evident. For the first time, agriculture produce, nearly 5,000 pounds of mangoes, was transported directly from Aishalton to Georgetown. Previously, much of this produce would have spoiled due to lack of access. Today, aviation infrastructure is directly translating into income, opportunity, and food security for families. President Ali also announced the construction of a modern terminal building at Aishalton, complete with immigration, police, and passenger services, designed to align with the local ecosystem. The facility will support tourism growth and further economic diversification, signaling that hinterland communities are integral to national development, not peripheral to it.
Today is a very proud day in the life of every resident in Region 9, especially the South, but more importantly, in Aishalton. I know this project, and I like to speak frankly to Tushao, and everybody knows this. This project speaks fundamentally to the People's Progressive Party civic commitment to the people of Region 9 and Aishalton.
The investments unfolding in Region 9 reflect the government's broader One Ghana vision, one rooted not in slogans, but in action. This vision is about narrowing economic gaps, overcoming geographic barriers, and ensuring that no community is too remote or too small to matter. By investing in runways, roads, agriculture, and tourism, the government is unlocking the full potential of the hinterland and ensuring that development is nationally inclusive rather than coastal-centric. As the Aishalton airstrip opens and new opportunities take flight, the message is clear. Geography is no longer determined by destiny. Every child, every family, and every community in Region 9 is part of Ghana's future, and that future is being built today. Calvin Abrams, Ghana TV9 News.
The Ghana Police Force GPF has intensified its crackdown on dangerous driving, with several motorists facing hefty fines, bail conditions, license suspensions, and possible jail time following prosecution supported by traffic camera evidence. The Traffic Department has indicated that additional matters involving unpaid speeding tickets and other violations detected through the SRIS traffic camera network are expected to reach the courts in coming weeks. Colin Abrams explains.
The enforcement actions stem from offenses captured through the Safe Road Intelligence System, SRIS, an automated traffic monitoring program implemented through collaboration between the Ghana Police Force and the Ghana National Data Management Authority, NDMA. The system uses surveillance cameras and data analytics to detect speeding, third lane violations, and other breaches, enabling cases to be pursued through the courts. On Wednesday, January 7, 2026, multiple drivers appeared before the Sparandam Magistrates Court No. 2 and the Georgetown Magistrates Court No. 7 to answer charges of dangerous driving. The matters were heard by Her Worship Miss Abigail Gibbs and Her Worship Miss S. Lara. The Traffic Department has indicated that additional matters involving unpaid speeding tickets and other violations detected through the SRIS traffic camera network are expected to reach the courts in the coming weeks. Motorists have been warned that failure to appear in court when summoned may result in further legal action, including the issuance of arrest warrants. Police have reiterated that dangerous driving, particularly speeding and third lane violations, poses a serious threat to public safety and will continue to be addressed through firm enforcement measures. Drivers are being urged to obey traffic regulations, maintain lane discipline, and exercise responsible driving habits to help reduce road fatalities and injuries. The SRIS is an automated traffic monitoring program introduced to modernize traffic enforcement and improve road safety across Guyana, implemented through a partnership between the Guyana Police Force and the National Data Management Authority, NDMA. The system uses high-definition cameras, speed detection technology, and data analytics to identify traffic violations such as speeding, red light breaches, and third-lane offenses. The Guyana Police Force has consistently maintained that the SRIS is not intended to penalize motorists unfairly, but to save lives by discouraging dangerous driving. Police officials have noted that camera-based enforcement reduces human bias, increases accountability, and strengthens the administration of justice by relying on verifiable evidence. The force has also warned that violations captured by the system will continue to be pursued through the courts, stressing that compliance with traffic laws is essential to reducing road fatalities and ensuring safer roads for all users. Colin Abrams, Guyana TV9 News.
Azardin Mohammed, 38, of Lot 19 Public Road, Houston, East Bank, Demrara, was charged on multiple traffic offenses at Wimp Magistrate Court, including prohibited tinted glass, obscured ID mark, unlicensed and uninsured motor vehicle. The charges, originally filed on November 14, 2025, were read to Mohammed on January 9, 2026, and he pleaded not guilty to all counts. Bail was granted for the offenses totaling $65,000, prohibited tinted glasses $5,000, obscured ID mark $40,000, unlicensed vehicle $10,000, and uninsured vehicle $10,000. The case was adjourned to January 30, 2026 for further proceedings.
Want to place your death announcements and in memoriam messages on Channel 9? Call 592-761-5006, 710-5008, 600-5006. Or visit our office at Lot 85A Lamaha Street, Albertown, Georgetown, Century 21 Building.
GECOM is currently conducting a claims and objections exercise to produce an official list of electors, OLE. Anyone who became 18 years or older on December 31, 2025 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GECOM has posted the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check if you are listed, and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. If you have changed your address since you were registered, you need to visit the GECOM registration office responsible for your new area of residence to apply for a transfer. Sunday, January 18, 2026 is the last day you can apply for a transfer during this exercise. For more information, contact GECOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gecom.org.gy.
Welcome back. You're watching Guyana TV9 News Bulletin. On any given day, Isaiah Moore may be rushing towards danger as a firefighter. On social media, he runs towards something just as urgent: hope. Known to thousands as Professor Moore, the 27-year-old entrepreneur and influencer has become a familiar face, not just for his online presence, but for his generosity, resilience, and unwavering commitment to community upliftment. Here is more.
Born and raised in Vice Lost on the East Coast, Moore is the eldest of four siblings. His early life was shaped by responsibility and resilience. Growing up under the care of his grandmother and mother, that foundation, however, was shaken in 2020 when he lost his mother, a loss that sent him into a deep depression and changed the course of his life. Isaiah started making TikTok as a way to escape depression. What began as a way to distract himself from grief slowly evolved into a platform for connection. Through humor, motivation, and authenticity, Moore found an audience that resonated with his story. More importantly, he found purpose. As his following grew, so did his vision, one rooted in memories from his own childhood. More vividly remembers what it felt like to be left out during the holidays. As a child, there were moments when donors would arrive in the community to distribute gifts and hampers. Too often, he and his siblings would miss out. True to his word, Professor Moore began giving back, sharing money, food hampers, and gifts with families in need, starting in his own community. What makes his generosity stand out is not just the act itself, but the intention behind it. For Moore, giving is personal.
Growing up, we used to be inside most of the times. We used to miss it. So I always used to feel sad that every Christmas time or Easter time, if we want to share kite or gifts, we also get it. Because we don't know till everybody done. I know that a lot of kids in the village, but never used to be. Used to be like that. They're always missing every time somebody comes in, they're able to share stuff.
And I would assume that's the reason why you started sharing the virtual food.
I don't know how it used to feel, even getting a sweetie or something, you used to feel happy as a child. So I wanted everyone to feel.
Today, Moore balances multiple roles as firefighter, entrepreneur, influencer, and community advocate, but his message remains consistent. Using his platform, he is actively calling and urging other entrepreneurs, business owners, and private sector leaders to give back to the communities that raised them. Moore believes that meaningful change does not require massive wealth. Even the smallest contributions, he says, can have a lasting impact when placed in the right hands.
Back, like I did, and there was a last minute call. I helped with some distribution of some ties and small school supplies to some children in Morbius.
Yeah.
And they come up to less than 50,000, and those are 50 children for a little league. So it is cheap to actually do stuff for people and make people happy. So, I'm making a little money every now and then, you get an extra $2 million, put aside 1,000, do something for somebody. A little area, your area or something. It wouldn't hurt.
From battling fires to confronting social inequality in small but meaningful ways, Isaiah Moore's story is one of resilience, empathy, and action. As his influence continues to grow, so too does his commitment to ensuring that success is measured not by personal gain, but by how much is given back to others. Donna Doric and TV9 News.
The Aishalton airstrip in Region 9 was officially commissioned on Thursday following a 920,000 million government investment aimed at improving connectivity, access to services, and economic opportunities in the Rupununi. The 2,500-foot by 50-foot airstrip was constructed in just 2 months and forms part of the government's wider push to modernize hinterland infrastructure and reduce isolation in remote communities. More in this report.
Minister of Public Utilities and Aviation Honorable Deodat Indar said the airstrip was delivered with quote-unquote military precision, noting that construction at Aishalton ran simultaneously with works at Paramakatoy and Paruma. He highlighted that 62 residents from the community were employed on the project, reinforcing the government's approach of local ownership and direct economic benefit.
So I want to recognize the guys from SPU, which is Special Projects Unit. Worked with them for 5 long years at Public Works. They're a fantastic team, and their work shows. And I would like you to give them a round of applause. They are an excellent team. To Joe Jagmohan and your team, sir, I want to thank you from the get-go. Whilst you were building this airstrip in the 2 months period, you were building Paramakatoy in the 2 months period, and we were finishing off Paruma as well too. So it's 3 multiple projects that run, and it was done with military precision so that we can have these openings happening because they are critical infrastructure.
Minister Indar explained that nearly 80% of the project cost went toward construction materials, including cement and stone, which had to be transported into the hinterland. He emphasized that the airstrip was built to last for decades, ensuring that future generations benefit from safe and reliable air access.
62 of you They took and they worked to deliver this project. Now, that is part of the philosophy of ownership. It is not somebody come and build it and hand it to you and say, take this. You were part of the construction of this aerodrome. 2,500 feet by 50 feet wide. You know how much stone we had, the contractor had to bring for that? This project, about 80% of the project cost profile was the materials, which is the cement and the stone and the rest of things. 80% of it came the materials cost. That means we had to truck it down, and that was done in record time, 2 months. And it's gonna last, somebody said, 40 years. So your children will see that it is this government that made sure that you have an airstrip.
The minister revealed that more than $30.47 billion has been invested in Region 9 over the past 5 years across key sectors, including water, education, energy, housing, agriculture, roads, airstrips, and social services. He noted that this level of spending demonstrated the government's commitment to ensuring Region 9 receives investments on par with other regions nationwide.
$30.47 billion in the last 5 years was expended in Region 9. $30.4 billion. Let me just match that to something in the PNC time. In the PNC time, in 2015, 2016 time, the whole capital budget for the entire country was $39 billion. The entire capital budget for the whole country was about $39 billion. Here, between 2020 to 2025, we have spent $30.47 billion in one region, in Region 9. That tells you the focus on the people of Region 9. And the president and his cabinet deserves a round of applause for that one.
Minister Indar said the Aishalton airstrip represents more than infrastructure, describing it as a gateway to opportunity, development, and improved quality of life, while reaffirming the government's commitment to inclusive development for all Guyanese, including hinterland communities. Faith Sandy, Guyana TV9 News.
Less than a month after being found guilty by a 12-member jury at the Berbice High Court, Dani Ram Dan Rani, 35, Kumar Bagwadin, 29, and Navendra Chuli, 25, were each sentenced to 35 years in prison for the robbery murder of 82-year-old Chandiran Antideo Budhu, a pensioner from Teen Settlement Quarantine, which each occurred on June 16, 2020. The sentence was handed down by Justice Sandil Kisoon during the Berbice criminal assizes. The prosecution's case relied heavily on testimony from Kevin Mangar, who admitted acting as an outlook while the trio committed the robbery. Despite the accused denying involvement and presenting alibis, the jury accepted the prosecution's evidence, finding that the three men acted together under a joint plan. More news after the break. Stay tuned.
Anyone who you believe should not be on the list. If you are desirous of making a claim or objection, you must visit the GECOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to do so. Visit the GECOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to conduct any of the above transactions. All GECOM registration offices will open Mondays to Fridays from 8 to 18 hours, Saturdays and Sundays from 10 to 14 hours. For more information, contact the GECOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gecom.org.gy. GECOM is currently conducting a claims and objections exercise to produce an official list of electors, OLE. Anyone who became 18 years or older on December 31, 2025 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GECOM has posted the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check if you are listed, and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. If you have changed your address since you were registered, you need to visit the GECOM registration office responsible for your new area of residence to apply for a transfer. Sunday, January 18, 2026 is the last day you can apply for a transfer during this exercise. For more information, contact GECOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gecom.org.gy.
Welcome back. You're watching the Guyana TV9 News Bulletin. More than 1,600 rice farmers in Region 5 are receiving over $480 million in financial assistance under the government's $300 per bag paddy support payout. The distribution carried out this week forms part of a commitment by President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali and is being spearheaded by Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa, aimed at offsetting production costs, stabilizing farmers' incomes, and protecting livelihoods amid ongoing challenges in the rice sector. Faith Sandy reports.
The payout is part of a wider national intervention valued at approximately $2.1 billion, targeting the sustainability and resilience of Guyana's rice industry. In Region 5, one of the country's largest rice producing areas, 1,618 farmers are benefiting directly from the assistance. Government officials say the support comes against the backdrop of rising input costs, land rental expenses, and fluctuating paddy prices. Unlike previous cycles where payments were made to millers, this round places funds directly into farmers' hands, following feedback from stakeholders across the sector. Several beneficiaries at Anfawak said the payout has come at a crucial time, expressing appreciation for the initiative, noting that the $300 per bag support provides much-needed relief, helps meet production expenses, and offers encouragement as they continue operations despite a challenging global market environment.
My name is Troy Kawusar, and concerning the grants, I feel extremely happy because the world market price drop and the pricing really working out. And this is another promise fulfilled by the government, and I feel really thankful on behalf of all the farmers too. We feel good.
My name is Rashid Baksh. And well, is a really, really good initiative. It's a good help. I feel better than because, the $200 means a lot right now. Well, yeah. I thank the government for this $200 extra money.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. I'm from Maikoni Branch Road. My name is Nalini Prasad, and I thank the government for everything we did. The $300 is very good to us, and it's a good start to the rice farm. And hopefully we get what we deserve this year on the rice them, because enough of us we rent in rice field and we just gotta pay the rice farm, the people them for the rice because it doesn't want to know if rice drop or it not drop. But I happy for this $300 for a bag of the paddy. I'm very happy to the minister too. Thank you.
Yeah, you're right. My name is Rupert Blackman from Seafieldville, West Coast Borbies, and I'm a rice farmer. And I think that the fund that the government is giving the $300 bag to farmer, doing them a great help. It coming for good use because the prices of the rices today, the price for the paddy and the cost of production. And so the $300 would benefit the farmer them very well. And I think it's a very good thing that the government is doing to help assist the farmer in any way that it will.
Faith Sandy, Guyana TV9 News.
A minor earthquake with a magnitude of 3.1 was felt in parts of Kingston and St. Andrew, Jamaica on Thursday night. The earthquake unit at University of the West Indies, Mona, recorded the tremor at around 10:31 p.m. with the epicenter location about 5 kilometers north of Stony Hill in St. Andrew. Authorities reported no immediate damage or injuries from the quake. Residents in the affected areas felt a light shaking, but seismologists say such small earthquakes are relatively common in Jamaica due to the island's location along active fault lines. Internationally, on January 8, 2026, Honduran lawmaker Gladys Aurora Lopez was injured when an explosive device was thrown at her near the National Congress in Tegucigalpa, striking her back and causing her to collapse. She was taken to a hospital for treatment, but official reports described her injuries as serious but not life-threatening. The incident occurred amid heightened political tensions after a disputed November 2025 election, and authorities are investigating the attack. Security footage shown the device was thrown from outside the legislative building, and political figures condemned the act and called for an investigation. And that has brought us to the end of tonight's newscast. Remember to check out our Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok platforms at GYTV9 for more trending stories. I'm Adana Doric. Good night.